Hey, I'm Kevin. Welcome to another episode of the challenge Battle of the Exes 2, and we are in episode 4. I think, yeah, 4. And let's get started with the episode. Um, we start off in the club, everybody's dancing, but Brittany and Adam are getting a little bit too close and they start making out, and they're like literally having sex in the dance floor, which is to me normal because I see it a lot mm, in some of the clubs. But then we have John A's Afro back since last episode, but I forgot to mention it. But we all love the Afro from Rivals. We love it now too because it's back and it's very, very powerful. Zach and John A. No, it's Zach and Jenna and Jay and John A. Oh, their names are just so confusing. Jay is everywhere. They are swiping partners, swiping wives, swiping girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. And it's just funny because they're like, if you make out, we'll make out. And it's just like, they're literally switching. In the game, they're with their partners, but out of the game, they're swiping. So it's just funny. Then we have Nani, that she has feelings towards bananas, and I'm like, okay, first of all, aren't you with Kahara? We have not mentioned Kahara once. I think Kahara does not deserve you if you have feelings for this guy and you're talking about like what's going on. I Somebody tell me what is going on with bananas, um Nani and Kahara, because we never saw anything from Nani and Bananas, and now Nani is in love with him. Like, what is? I just don't get it. She's a train wreck in this season. I'm not enjoying her. So Adam is actually worried about Brittany because he says that she tends to be like too touchy and clingy with her. So basically, he's talking with some of the castmates, and she overhears, or Sarah tells Brittany what Adam said, and Brittany's like, nah, like she like starts yelling at him because she says that he's the one that makes the first move, and she goes along with it, but then she's the one looking crazy, and Adam is the one that's saying that, oh, she's the one that follows me around. And I never saw You the One, but I see it here, and I think that Britney might be correct with that, and just Adam is just trying to make her look crazy. And I don't know if somebody watched Are You the One, can somebody please tell me? And something happened in the way back to the house from the club. We saw something with Leroy and Jimmy. Too much noise, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but it looks like Leroy has good luck on these challenges. Always gets lucky orally down there. So that was, I think that was hilarious watching Jimmy just laugh in her interview. Now we get to the challenge. The challenge is called brush up. So basically, there is a pool of paint, and then there is this little platform, and to get to the platform, there is a net, and there are some things hanging from the platform, and they have squares on it. Well, the girls are gonna be putting themselves into this pool of paint, going up to the platform, and they are gonna pass the paint to their partners, and their partners are gonna jump to these little things and paint the squares, and they have to pass the paint with their bodies. So basically, they have to be touching each other. Sarah and Jordan have all the power because they won last week, so they get to choose the order for this week. So basically, there's gonna be two hits. Whoever does not paint anything, or yeah, literally does not paint anything, is going straight to the dome. Whoever does the best, it wins, of course. So basically, I'm not even gonna tell you who went first, who went last, because it was just a mess, and people were So funny in this challenge. I think the best idea was even from the even just to think about it, even just thinking about a strategy. I think it would be much easier the things that Avery and Sarah did. Why would you want or paint on your back, or why would you want paint in your legs? I don't get why. I think the best strategy was just like chest and hands and arms. Just paint from there. John A says that she wants to do good and she wants to prove herself because the past few challenges she sucked. So she's gonna sprint her ass off and said and done. The best two people, or not people, the best two couples are Zach and John A, and Sarah and Jordan. And at this point, I really want Zach and John A to win because I really love John A. I love Sarah too. Zach is being kind of a douchebag, so I'm just not into him right now. But Jordan, he's been really cool this season, so I'm enjoying him too. But Zach and Janae win take this one, and they're the power couple of this week. So the two worst teams were Wes and Teresa and Leroy, no, and Jimmy and Knight. And Teresa and Wes were actually moving really like weird. So the worst team was Knight and Jimmy because Knight was falling off from that little thing they had to paint, and Jimmy was just couldn't even get up the net to the platform. So back to in the house, Zach and Janae don't know who they're gonna throw in, and they talk their stuff out because Zach actually tells Janae he's sorry and they hope they have a relationship as friends. Since they are friends with Jimmy and Knight, they're gonna ask who they want, and Knight says that whoever they throw in, he's gonna come back. And they're basically thinking of throwing in a rookie, and this time is Adam and Britt. And I don't know if they actually did think this one out. This episode was kind of confusing me. This whole Zach and John A thing is just confusing. I really think that Jen is getting into Zach's head. Not like I'm saying she's conniving or stuff. I'm just saying that their relationship is like messing up Zach. And at this point, I need Zach to react because he has John A. John A has never been to a final. Zach has been to two finals, and I want John A in a final because I want to see how she performs right now. But meanwhile, Nani's still being a train wreck at this point. So Adam talks to John A, and John A remembers her first season in Rivals that she was thrown in every time because there was no reason, just because they were rookies. So I think that John A, you can get to John A really fast, and she goes to talk to Zach and is like, no, let's switch her vote to Jay and Jenna. And at this point, I don't know who would they actually go against. But at the end, it's Knight and Jimmy versus Adam and Britt. Zach wants to make out with Jenna, like Sarah said. That's why he did not vote them in, and none about those statistics and stuff like that. Adam's doing everything that Wes says, and he's stripping for the girls. That was actually funny. I mean, we saw Avery and Naya having a really good time, and then all the girls get stripped. A little dance from Adam. Like literally, he put his like crotch and penis in their faces. Elimination round was called Breaking Up, Breaking Up, and it's basically, I really enjoyed this elimination round in the dome. It was basically to the stairs. It was 2 blocks of that thing brick crushes with this kind of nose to stairs a thing. Every time they pull across and they have to get is the winner. I'm really bad at explaining this stuff, and I still don't know why I make the freaking recaps. So at this point, I feel that Jimmy and I are just a mess. And said and done, Night. This was basically a challenge for the guys. It was like basically Knight versus Adam, and I honestly I had more hopes for him than for Knight. But their strategy were different. Knight and Jimmy's strategy was going a little bit like dun 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 dun, like a little by little. That's what Adam and Bray started doing. But then Adam was like, no, let's hit it hard because we're gonna waste a lot of time. So then they changed their strategy, going fast, boom, boom, bigger hits. So at this point, they get through. Adam and Bray get to the second block of brick, and they are like, okay, let's take a break, and they stop doing the elimination run, and I'm like, are you serious? Never in a million years, well, never in the 26 seasons have I ever seen somebody stop the challenge to rest. I was like, are you serious? Like, it's either you go or you not, or you quit. They rested, and then Knight and Jimmy are resting too, and I'm like, are you serious? Knight and Jimmy, this is your time. They're fucking resting. This is like go time. You can actually beat these guys, but I think it was just, it looked very very hard. But at the end, Adam and Britt go back to it again, and they win. And another sad thing. That was Knight's last episode, and it was sad too because um we never really saw what Knight could do, but he had some good ass moments in the challenge. I think he was one of the funniest people. I think that he is gonna be missed. Like, so many of the things that were said tonight that were funny were because of him. And I think the end to this is like it started Jimmy and Knight, and ends Jimmy and Knight, and I think this was really really sad too, but more it was bittersweet too because Knight was always happy. Knight was always smiling. That was the last thing we saw, and from Knight. But then we got more of Nani being, I don't know what. She's just a train wreck, and that's how the challenge ends. And that's a rest in peace for Knight. He looked like a very 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 fun person, but in the exiled thing, Knight dislocated his shoulder, and because he used to play a lot of hockey and he already had problems with his shoulder, so they could not go to the exile game, and Simone and JJ get a free pass. So that was it for this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Hope it's an exciting week, and yeah, see you later, alligators. Bye bye.